Boom, it's showtime, right? And y'all know I'm over here, honey. Look, I didn't see one of my friends post a picture of themselves. Oh, such a pretty picture. So I'm in here trying to type real fast and say, you look good, girl. You look good. And here y'all already on here. So listen, that lets you know multitasking can be done when it's the right time, right? But not when it's the wrong time. Because I have a surprise for you guys. Week two, yes, week two of the Becoming Her series. So I'm your girl, Angela A. Love Lewis, and this is We Shine Media Spotlight Presents. And I'm so excited because I got my girl, I got the one that I'm doing business with. We know we putting things together, we making it happen. We are doing Melanin Marriage, a magazine, podcast, Melanin Collective. We are doing some things that we kind of hint at a little bit, but you might get to hear a little something. I don't know. We may still keep it under wraps until we get ready to drop it all. But just so you know, there are a whole lot of melanin things going on up in this camp. And this is the one I'm about to do it with. But let me just tell you before I bring her on, hey, Miss Doris, before I bring her on, y'all make sure you share. Let me get to sharing because that's what I was supposed to have been doing when I got myself on here and got to, running my mouth and trying to tell somebody they look good, when I should have been doing something different. So this is the thing. This is week two. This is interview number 6. We're starting off interviewing all of the ladies, all of the co-authors of Her, Unshakable, Unbreakable, Unstoppable. And when I tell you, it has been the most powerful lineup starting last week, the first 5 days, Monday through Friday. So I will be here the rest of this week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the rest of this week. And then we have 4 more after that because now it's 25 ladies plus myself. So we got to make sure everybody gets a turn to really talk about who they are, what they do, their chapter, why they're in it. And so without further ado, as they say, I want to bring on none other than, and let me see if I can get the in the building, baby. Hey, let me go do it even faster.
There we go. There we go.
Come on with the applause. How are you this evening?
I'm blessed. I cannot complain. I'm so happy to be here. Talk about this book. Ooh.
Yes, honey. We say, oh, because people don't understand when you bring together, it's 26 of us, and they always try to say that women don't get along. But when I say this group of women right here, oh, baby, this group of women right here, they are all of that and a bag of chips, baby. And let me add on to it. Chips with some dip. They say all of that in the bag of chips, but we got chips and dip and a Coca-Cola on the side for the Coca-Cola lovers like me, right? We got all of that in this one group, baby. They are supportive, encouraging, inspirational, motivational. I'm telling you, Esmery, but you're the leader of the pack doing your thing. So I need you to talk to them about what does it mean to be her, to be unshakable, to be unbreakable, to be unstoppable. What does that mean?
It means a lot. But I'm just going to say just what my title is when you're counted out, when people judge you before knowing you, but God has something different and he calls you forward. So being her is just maturing, growing, learning to love yourself, identifying who you are, what you need to be you, and just living and thriving and just being happy, being the amazing human being that you are. Sometimes we allow people to dim our light, or we get nervous, or we just have so many emotions and anxiety that we allow other people to infiltrate our center and just kind of tear us apart. But being her is just not worrying, just knowing that God called you for a better purpose and that you don't have anything to worry about. As long as you're praying to him and doing the things that he has in store for you, then your life will be totally different. But her is just that. It's just being her, being proud of it, just knowing that you are blessed beyond measure and there's nothing anyone else can do about it.
There is nothing anyone else can do about it. And that's what I love, because that's the part that's unstoppable. Nobody can stop you but you. You can play small. You can
Mhm.
dim your light to make somebody else feel comfortable. You can play dumb because you don't want somebody else, you don't want to rock the boat and make them feel some type of way. You can do all those things, but what you're doing to me is you do a disservice to yourself, but you do a disservice to God because God
Absolutely.
made you. He created you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Who are
Amen.
you to dim it down so that somebody else who hasn't recognized it for themselves, it's not your
Absolutely.
fault.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people expect us to do that. They don't want to see us shine. They don't want to see us grow if they're not with us. But sometimes, again, everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't be on the stage that you're on. Everybody can't be, at that time with you when God has something for you. If that's the plan, then that's where they'll be. But if not, then, they have to fall back and just allow you to be who you are. And that's what that unbreakable is, because people will try to tear you apart and shake you down, but you have to be focused on being powerful, just knowing that he created you with purpose. And I'll continuously repeat that, because again, everyone has a purpose. And if you
Yes,
don't know what your purpose is, pray about it. It's not like it just comes to us, oh, today this is my purpose. No, God, it's a plan, it's a master plan, and he knows it. And as long as you follow him, then that's when things will fall in line. As you said, melanin, everything. But guess what? 2 years ago, we didn't know this was going to happen. We
we
didn't
did
know this
not.
was going to
We did
happen.
not. We got
No.
a mutual friend and did a book project together. And before we knew it, it was just the right timing. I used to be in network marketing and a couple of different things. They always say timing and positioning. Like
Yeah.
Miss Doris just said, divine destiny by design. DD3. It is God aligning people together because your purpose needs to be connected to his purpose in order for him to get the glory. And so when you get out of your own way and stop being worried about what everybody's saying, what everybody's talking about, what everybody's thinking, or what they got going on, get in your lane and drive the heck out of the vehicle that you have been given to get to where you're supposed to go.
Absolutely. I love what Sharad says. She says you may have to leave people behind. Absolutely. But you know what? The better part of that is you have to be okay leaving those people behind. There are so many people who want to come along with you, but they can't. It's not their destiny. It's yours. It's not God's plan for them. It's God's plan for you. And the sooner you realize that, the better you will be. And it took me a while. So I wrote a program called the CAB program, Know Who You Are, Accept Who You Are, and Be You Are. And the
Mm-hmm,
reason that is KAB, not,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
to know, you must know who you are. We must know where our triggers come from. We have to know what drives us, because guess what? The enemy is always out to what? Steal, kill, and
And
destroy. He
boy,
will
yes.
try to figure out things about you that you may not know yourself and just eat away at you. So it's important for you to know who you are as a person, as a mother, as a sister, as whatever you are. Know who you are. Know what drives you. Know what your downfalls are. So guess
Mm-hmm.
what? When come to attack you, you're already ready. But like, baby, I already know that. I'm good.
It's no
Thank you
surprise to you because,
at
for
all.
one, if you talk to your daddy like you're supposed to, you're already in alignment. You already are equipped and aware of what's getting ready to happen. I think, okay, I was going to say, I thought you were frozen for a minute. I want to be,
Girl,
Nicole said, baby, this is already fire. So I want to read to you guys the dedication page that Esprit did. This is for the woman who had to find her strength the hard way. For those who endured would try to break her, yet chose to rise anyway. For the woman who doubted her worth, fought silent battles, and kept going when no one else understood. This is for you. Why? Because you are no longer shrinking, settling, or apologizing for who you are becoming. Everything you went through was not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the strength that was always within you. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are unbreakable and you cannot be stopped. This is your
That's
becoming, and it is
that's
a divine appointment with your next level. This is the moment where your strength is rediscovered, your confidence is reignited, and your purpose is fully activated.
yes.
You are not here to sit quietly. You are here to rise boldly, break cycles, silence doubt, and step into the woman you were created to be. And that
Mhm.
is unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable.
That's it.
Boom. Listen, I want to buy y'all. We're going to go. Look, Miss Marie, I think that was good enough, and I think that's what you got.
But that was so important. Like it really took time for me to write that because I truly
Mhm.
wanted to be intentional. And then I had to think about myself. And as you read my chapter, I don't want to give you too much, but we go through things and those things tear us apart. And it's because, as women, let's just say we are very emotional. Sometimes we wear our emotions on our sleeves. It's hard, juggling jobs, motherhood, sisterhood, being a child of God at that, being a
Right.
friend. And it's tough, but again, we have to know who we are. And the things that we don't like about ourselves, guess what? As long as you're fine with it, go for it. If you're not, throw it away. Put it in the basket, throw it away, toss it. We don't need that no more. And focus on being the person that you love to be. Because when you allow other people to just dictate who you are and how you move, you'll never be happy in life. And that's truly for me what being her is all about. I have a t-shirt and it says there's a 99% chance that I don't care. And my husband hates that shirt. But you know why I wear it? I had to get to that point. I had to get to the point where I was comfortable saying, okay, that's your opinion. I respect it. I appreciate it. But, have a nice day and be fine with that. And, I wanted to be a people pleaser. I wanted to make sure
Mhm.
everyone in the room was happy, even when I wasn't. And God,
Yeah.
but that's not who I created you to be. That's not what I want you to do. Then, being in a corporate world where I had to live in a male dominant world where you had
Mhm.
people, just trying to dim your light because you are a female. And then I'm
Right.
a minority at that. So it was just always something just tearing at me or trying to bring me down. But God said, girl, wake up. That's not who you are. Why do you care? And I started to think like, you know what,
That's
girl, why do
powerful.
you care?
That
Why do you
revelation right there is so powerful, S. Marie, because the reality is, and I don't care if it's your mother, I don't care if it's your father, I don't even care if it's your children or your spouse.
yeah.
They cannot keep you here. You know what I'm saying? They cannot. God, only God knows when your last day is. Nobody else can dictate that for you. And I say that because people may say, "Oh well, I can go and decide to kill somebody." You may do that, but at the same time, God already had that in plan. That was already in motion. There's a set time for all of us to go out of here. We don't know how it's going to happen. And
Yes,
even with the person who takes you out, sometimes they don't even know what's going to happen until it clicks into their brain that boom, this is what I'm going to do.
that
But
part.
you haven't known that your whole life. You didn't come into the world saying, "Oh, I know that on X
Right.
day,
First,
I know on October the 28th, 2098, I'm going
yeah,
to kill this person." You don't know that. So even with that being said, no one knows the day or the hour, so nobody can really control what they
nope,
think they can control. They try to control you. They try to put you in a box. They try to, set expectations for you. But at the end of the day, only God is the creator for us, and that decision has already been established. And so we've got to learn how to stop being so caught up in people pleasing other people who out eating chicken or steak or drinking wine or having a good time, and they're not even worried about you, but you're making yourself sick behind certain things. And then sometimes it's the expectations that we set. And as
mm,
Marie, in your chapter, you put a lot in there on things you've dealt with from, being a young mother, because you were
yeah,
counted out
hmm,
by people, but called
yeah,
for by God.
absolutely. And that was important. My son, if you know me, you know my son. That's everything to me. And I was the young mom, being still in high school. Oh, she's not going back to school. She just, she gonna have a whole bunch of babies. Guess what? Did not. But that was your plan for me. That was your wish on me. Your
Mhm.
negativity. God says I have something better. I didn't want children. I thought I'm never gonna have kids. I'm
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
have kids. But God's plan was different, and this human life changed my life. It allowed me to become the woman that I am. And, just being around my mother, but also his grandmother, his paternal grandmother, like poured into me what it meant. She used to tell me about being a sissy girl all the time. You let people run over you. Can't be a sissy girl. And I'm like, Mama, I'm not. I don't like drama. I don't like. It's not about being dramatic, but when you hold your tongue, there, all of that is just rent free in your head. Let me tell you today, in a blessed way, in any way possible, that I can tell you what you need to know. And guess what? I'm going to move forward because I'm at peace. And whatever
Mhm.
decision that I make, right, wrong, or indifferent, guess what? God knew I was going to make it. So either
Oh,
it's going
yeah.
to be a lesson or opportunity for me or for you, but it's going to be something. And when I realized, I had to just stop being resistant to what he
Yeah.
was trying to give to me. And I learned to just, from my job, and you'll read, there's a snippet in there, but I had to learn to move in silence. I had to keep what I was doing under wraps. It's not about idea stealing, but it's, guess what? Let me build it. And what he
Yeah.
said, when you build it, they'll come. And
Yes.
people, oh, she's so arrogant. Or am I intellectual? Maybe my arrogance offends you because I'm smart. Maybe my arrogance offends you because I'm confident. Absolutely. So
Come
I'm
on.
on being what someone else chooses for me to be. I have to be who I am, and that's what God gives me. Again, right, wrong, or indifferent, but if it makes me happy, I have to do it. But I pride myself on being respectful to everyone that I encounter, to helping people, and to being of service. And that's my gift, that's my choice. But at the same time, I have to speak up. I have to be proud of the individual that He's made me. And I wish every woman on this earth that same blessing. It's a blessing, that grace, just to walk in peace with your life. Oh my God. It's a gift.
Yes. And
And it's
I love when you said, it's not arrogance, it's confidence. The reality is people put labels on you because they can't understand how you do what you do, how you move the way that you move, how you can
mm,
have supreme confidence in who you are and the choices and be okay with the choices that you make because God created you to be that person. And when you
absolutely,
become her, yes, Cynthia said walking in peace is beautiful. It
isn't
is
it?
such a common
Isn't
thing
it?
to be able to have some sweet sleep and
Yeah.
not
Oh,
let the actions and words of other people deter you because they're unhappy with where they are. Like I said, I say all the time, Marianne Williamson's poem, Our Deepest Fear, it's not that we're inadequate, it's that you're powerful measure. And when
unmeasured.
you when that clicks in your brain and you get that aha moment, oh,
That's what it
game
is.
changer. It's a game changer.
It is. And I tell people, they're like, oh, when you walk in the room, things change. Yeah. I shift the room because I deliver. If I'm walking into the room, I'm walking in it boldly because that's what he tells me to do, to walk boldly, to be
Yes.
confident in who I am because I know he is with me. I pray over, under, and through everything. If there's a decision that I make, it's because God told me, hey, this is what you need to do. And if I make the wrong decision, like I said, it's a lesson. It's not that you
Yes.
was wrong with bad intentions. No, you chose a humanly choice and it wasn't the
Mhm.
best. But if you learn something from it, it's still not bad. So I had to learn from the people who wanted to pull me down or deter me
Mhm.
from being who I am. And I'm not great because I have degrees and certs and all that. I'm great because that's what he chose me to be. But a lot of times we don't realize how great we are because we're living up to someone's expectations. They're in our ear, they're in our head.
Absolutely.
That rent space. I don't have time for rent. I got mortgage. I don't have time for rent. So you can't rent anything. Okay. I need you to either own it or move on. And I
Come
own everything
on,
that
Esther
I
Reed. Baby, when
yes.
I said walking heavy up in here in the
Yes.
conversation, I want you to
Yes.
back it up a little bit because one of the most powerful things that I believe for me, you said that I was like, I hope people get this when we
Mhm.
were having the conference, the experience, the becoming her experience. And we were on a panel discussion, and you talked about moving in silence and
Yeah.
how that was such a game changer for you and what that represented for you. And if you can remember a little bit about what you said, I would love for you to share that with people because I think people feel like they have to tell everybody everything, or people have to know what's going on or whatever. And sometimes you move in silence, and it's not to be disrespectful or to be secretive or to whatever, but it's sometimes you go ahead and explain it.
So I don't remember exactly what I said, but for me, like I said, I've been in a corporate position, and
Mhm.
I was just, always nitpicked, or I would have an idea and someone, would say, oh, that's not a good idea. It was Sean on, or you just didn't hear what I had to say. But 5 to 10 minutes later, someone of a male perspective had the same idea, used a few
Mhm.
cuss words, said it a little differently, and oh, it was such a great idea.
Right.
And there was a time where, I wanted to apply for a job. I created an entire presentation because I wanted to set myself apart from the other candidates. Well, I interviewed first, and this gentleman who was friends with another candidate actually gave him my presentation and said, "This is what she presented. This is, what you are up against. So,
Oh, wow.
memorize to do whatever you need to do in order to, steal this position." So for me, it was like, I moved boldly. And the reason why is because I didn't just sit and make this up in my head. I took time. I went to other groups. I started talking to them saying, hey, what are your downfalls? What are your hardships? What stumbling blocks do you have? If you wanted a leader who can come in and shift the atmosphere, what would that look like? And, because of me doing that, it started to shift rooms because Shamika's in here asking questions. S. Marie is asking questions. She's doing things. So for me, I was moving boldly, but I didn't hide the fact that I was doing it. So people would take my ideas. People would, want to have their input in my ideas. But guess what? When I allow you to put your spin on my idea, it's no longer mine, it's ours. So if I have a plan, I'm going to sit in silence until I craft it the way he gave it to me. Because if I craft it the way he gives it to me, then that means that I'm going to be satisfied. Now, again, when we put it into the atmosphere and I give it to you, that's fine. Do what you wish. But what's going to happen is before you get it, it's going to be me. It's going to be my research. It's going to be me making decisions that I need to make. And I'm focusing on the task at hand, but I'm focused on God because anything that I produce is godly. I'm not going to give you something that I didn't pray about or research about. So for me, moving in silence is not living up to someone's expectations, not going and being a loudmouth and telling you what I got going on. You're not going to know until I'm fully done with whatever project it is and I'm satisfied with it. So when it's out there, it's out there and you can't do anything about it. And guess what? That 99% of the time that I don't care, boom, it just hit you because now it's out in the world. And I'm proud
Thank
of it.
you. Thank you. Because the reality is for a lot of people, when you're getting second opinions and when you're getting people to give their input and all these things, you give other people opportunities to go out and do what they're going to do. That's just like how they tell you, that when you get a man, you can't be running around here bragging like, girl, he this, he that, he whatever, because you just don't know who's looking to sabotage what you have going on. And you may feel like, oh, they're not going to do that. They will. They can. They might.
Trust people to do what you allow them to do. If you allow them
Exactly.
to seep into
Exactly.
your life, that's what they're going to do. And that's inevitable though. So you have to know your crowd. You have to
Yes. You have to know your crowd. Doris said, God turned, I'm waiting for her to come back. God turned that around. What the enemy meant for evil, Dr. S. Marie came on top. Won't he do it? Because he already knew. S. Marie, what he gives her is on a whole nother level. She comes top tier. She comes prepared. She comes ready. While I'm waiting for this technical issue, let me read the bio for her. Dr. S. Marie, known as the Blueprint Architect, is a visionary leader, author, and master life and relationship coach dedicated to helping individuals and couples design lives embedded in purpose, alignment, and legacy. With a PhD in Christian counseling and organizational learning and a plethora of certifications, she specializes in relationship alignment, emotional wellness, and legacy driven leadership, equipping others with the tools to build lives that are both intentional and impactful. And I love that because it is something that's we were talking about at the beginning of the year. My word for 2026 is intentional. I want to be intentional about what I do in life. I want to be intentional about how I move in life. And as you are intentional, that's what allows you to be impactful. So it says she is the founder of the More Direction Agency and founder of the Mental Health Me nonprofit organization, where she has created transformative platforms that inspire growth, healing, and elevation across communities. As a contributing author in Becoming Her, Unshakable, Unbreakable, and Unstoppable, she merges professional expertise with lived experience to guide women through the journey of self discovery, healing, and personal power. Her work speaks directly to the woman who has faced adversity, navigated uncertainty, and is now ready to reclaim her identity, her voice, and her future. Known for her authenticity, insight, and empowering presence, Dr. Esmery doesn't just inspire, she activates. She challenges individuals to break cycles, rebuild confidence, and boldly step into the highest version of themselves. Her mission is both simple and transformative. Design your life, build with purpose, and thrive without limits. Through every word, every platform, and every encounter, she empowers others to become exactly who they were created to be: unbreakable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Baby, listen, it cut out at the right time for me to get that in there and out there so that you can come back. And let's talk about the power
Yeah.
of authenticity.
Mhm. Mm. When you're being your authentic self, that just means that you're living your life out loud. You're being authentically you. No one's views of you, no one's opinions, no one's input. It's just being you and being happy in the skin that you're in. You don't
Mhm.
have to live your life for others, but a lot of times we think that we have to include our mentors or our mothers or the people who, built these little gems inside of us. But guess what? Those were meant for you to receive what you're going to receive and move forward and turn it into who you want to be. So everything that you take from someone, you're still turning it into who you are. So when you're authentic, it's what you've made out of any situation, out of any idea, creativity. That's authenticity. That's just being who you are, just loving on yourself, and having your own ideas, having your own mindset. Sometimes we forget who we are because we're so focused on indie or being, what someone else wants us to be, rather than being the person that we truly want to be. And it's hard when you're in that mindset. So being authentic is going to take you some time, but when you do it, live it out loud, thrive in it. Build the person that you want to be. Love yourself, be grateful for yourself, and just know that if it's all you, no one can stop it. Whatever it is that you're doing, no one can stop you from being you. You just
No
got to
one
be.
can stop you from being you. I love that. And I love the authenticity piece because a lot of times in a world that's built on comparison,
Yes.
imitation, trying to
Yes.
duplicate what you see, um, it's so hard for people to be their authentic self because you get with other people and then you start trying to fit in with the crowd. But we were never created to fit in because God gave us all individual. I think I've probably said this on every one of the interviews. Nobody has the fingertips like you do. You're the only one that has the same fingerprint. Nobody else has the same. So
Mhm.
you weren't meant to be like anybody else. You were meant to stand out. You were meant to be set apart. And
Ab-
when you can understand it and embrace it, then let me hold on and let me walk in who I'm supposed to be. Everybody else may like lemonade or sweet tea. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're the water drinker out of the group. Maybe you're the Coca-Cola drinker out of the group. Whatever your thing is, you gotta not let other people make you be like a sheep in a herd where everybody's just lumped together and they can't tell you from anybody else because all of y'all look alike, sound alike, think alike, move alike, act alike. We
Absolutely.
weren't created for that. We were
Absolutely.
not.
And you said it's everybody is different. Even twins are different. Their DNA is
Thank you.
it's not exactly the same. So, when you learn to be who you are, you have to embrace your uniqueness. It
Yes.
was on purpose. That's why he made twins. Y'all have features. You may have been birthed at the same time, but there is something that's different. Even if you move the same, something about your DNA is a slight bit different, and you have to be happy about that slight difference. You can't envy people. That doesn't get you anywhere. It's
That's
okay
right.
to use an idea that someone had and enhance it, but guess what? You're being authentic because you are going to turn it into what you want it to be. You're going to turn it into
Absolutely.
what you want to see. But that doesn't mean that you have to be so envious of other people or want to be someone else. And I'm so grateful. I've never wanted to be someone else, but I didn't always know that I was her. And I'll be the
Right.
first one to say, and that's what drove me to become a coach, to work on relationships and to want to enhance people's life, because when you truly don't know who you are, you're depressed or you're sad or you have things going on and you're really not equipped mentally to deal with them, it really takes a lot out of your body. And you're
Mhm.
struggling to want to be someone else. You see someone, oh, I wish I was that small, or oh, I wish I
Mhm.
had.
Mhm.
I don't wish nothing but S. Marie. And I mean that
Thank
with it
you.
me, because if I were someone else, the things that intrigued me to be who I am today, to get to this person, to get to her, it wouldn't exist because I would have been so focused on being someone else. I wouldn't
Mhm.
seat that I'm in. I wouldn't be in the rooms that I'm in. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet all these beautiful ladies that we worked with. And I have to call out a
Absolutely.
couple of. Nicole was, I mean, her spirit is amazing. How she is
Mhm.
online is how she is in real life. And
Absolutely.
so complimentary of everyone else, but she is like, oh my God. She's just gracious, and just humble. And same
Mhm.
with Ms. Doris, humble, 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 humble woman, and always willing to just go the extra mile and do whatever she can to be, helpful to someone. But they
Right.
still want to be who they are. They just want to
Right.
enhance who they are. They want to stay her. They want to live in her and be in her dreams. But each
Yeah.
one of has different dreams. And that's the beauty of just being her, just being yourself, being jazzy.
Just be yourself. So, Esmery, I'm gonna take you because when you got people who in hot demand, baby, our time is winding down because she got another one to do right after this. So I want to run through because I want you, um, based off of life experiences,
Hmm.
what would you tell a single mother who feels like or has been told that you're not gonna be anything, life is over for you, you messed up? What would you tell her?
To get that t-shirt that I bought from Amazon that says there's a no, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, stop listening. It's okay to hear what people have to say and to hear their advice, but guess what? If they give you a whole paragraph, there may be one sentence or one word that you need to hear. Everything that someone says is not for you. And people will have opinions and they'll have suggestions on how your life should be. But guess what? They're not God. They did not create you. They don't have a plan for you. So when someone says you can't do something because you're a young mother or you're a person of minority in a workplace, or because you're not bright skinned or you're not chocolate enough or you're not thick enough, guess what? Says who? Because my God says I'm perfect. He made me perfectly because this is how he made me. So I'm perfect because this is how he made me. Do I have a perfect soul? Absolutely not. Because we were born sinners. But guess what? I can try my best to be the best person that I can be, whether I'm a young mother, whether I'm a business owner, a CEO of someone else's company. I still have the opportunity to be me. So all that to say, live your life the way you choose to. Being a young mother is not easy. It is very hard, but you can do it. If you don't have a support system, reach out to More Direction or Mental Health Me. We'll be here to help. Everyone needs a support system, but when you don't have one, don't don't succumb to feeling alone. Don't think that you're not going to make it because it's just you. You will. Pray about it. Pray about it, and God is going to lead you to all the right paths. It may be 10 stumbling blocks that really hold you back. But guess what? When you really step into who you are, to that woman, to that mother, to that sister, to that child of God, guess what? You are going to be unshakable. You're going to be unbreakable, and no one can stop you. Therefore, you will be unstoppable because you are living your best life. You will make mistakes, you will fall short, but as long as you move the way you're supposed to move and not sit, don't ever sit. Move. Move silently, move quickly, move willingly, but move. Don't stay still. When you sit still, you remain stagnant and nothing will ever flourish if you're sitting waiting. You have to learn to make something happen. And when you make things happen, guess what? You're making the things happen that are beneficial to you and to your life. So, if I can offer you advice, just be who you are. Don't worry about people's opinions. Don't always take the advice if you don't agree with it. Don't allow anybody to change your mindset if that's not where you are, and thrive in it. Thrive in the person that you are, thrive in the person that you want to be. And I guarantee you, you will have some peaceful and plenty of sleep. When I learned to just be who I am, I started getting the best rest. When I stopped caring and loved on myself, like that t-shirt said,
Oh,
that 1%
yes,
worried
yes.
about you, with that 99% was me and him. That's all I needed. And if you focus on what you want and what you're trying to do and your goals, and if you don't have your goals out, attack a board, write it down in your phone, do whatever it is you need to do, write your goals down and just start attacking them one by one. Wait till you're complete. Don't rush it. Don't think that, oh, well, I got to do that. No, do things one at a time. Because when you take your time to do something and you really put your effort into it, it's going to be flawless because there's no one else who's going to make that same plan like or that goal like you will. So that's my advice. Just be you and just do what makes you happy, but do it in a manner in which brings you peace, that you keep your sanity, that your mindset is vibrant and full of life and not drained, stressed, or worried about someone else and what they think. Just be you.
Just be you. I love that. Love that. Powerful advice. Second one,
Hmm.
what would you tell someone who is in a position where they are at maybe trying to be, in the corporate world and they have been labeled the angry black woman or, the female who, is, keeping stuff going on all the time, or you're always in your feeling, you're always crying and emotional. What would you tell a woman who is operating in that space and how to be her in that space?
Hmm. First and foremost is pray. But I'm gonna tell you what to pray, what I prayed for, because you may pray for something different. For me, the first thing was just prayer. One, I had to just pray for myself because guess what? They can think a lot of things about you, but when they steal your ideas, it's it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because they don't expect you to be as brilliant as you are. It's because they want the light to shine on them. But guess what? The light is dim over there. The light is shining where you are. So never worry about people's opinions. Never worry about what they're doing. Keep on belting out ideas. Keep on being who you are because eventually the right person will see it. The right person will see it and you're going to be put in positions that you thought that you would never get to because you're still being you. You're not worried about it. Don't get out of pocket. Don't be ratchet. And okay, thank you for your advice. I appreciate that. As long as you continue to do a reset in your mind and making sure that you're doing all the right things, guess what? Nothing else that anybody else can say, you angry bird, minority girl, she thinks she all that. I am. I'm all of those things. But guess what? My ideas are fire and you know it. That's why you're stealing them. So guess what? You don't even have to go any further than that. You just remain peaceful. Keep sleeping at night because when your time comes, that light is so bright, baby. They're gonna need shades and an umbrella.
Come
'Cause
on, stays and umbrella. I love it. I love it. And that is such good advice. And people get in situations. And so, I got another one for you.
come on, you
So if I
ready?
need y'all to read the chapter, I'm pulling these from the chapter. So I need y'all to get the book so y'all can read these things. What would you say to somebody who is talking about dealing with health challenges and trying to overcome that while being her? How can you not let that keep you from elevating when some days your body is hitting you so hard, you just like, I don't know if I can even make it through the day, much less to my next goal or my next vision or my next elevated status, whatever that looks like. How can they navigate that?
Wow. I will say this, your body is a temple. I know you've heard that. It's in the Bible and people say it all the time. Learn when to give your body a rest. Don't push yourself when you know that you're just beat down, because guess what? What you're putting out is not adequate. It's not you. Learn to just go at a pace that's right for you, but continue to pray about it. And you'll see in my chapter, I live with a lot of small elements, but combined, they could kill me. Sometimes my body shuts down and it's hard for me. The people who know me, it's hard for me to sit down. I want to go, 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 go. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to allow yourself to rest, to, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else. Stop worrying about all the symptoms. Stop self diagnosing yourself. Just understand that God has a plan, and whatever you're going through, it's for a reason. So, as sick as you may feel, as tired as you may feel, don't let it damper who you are. Keep pushing. You're still a blessing. And knowing that God is going to heal everything, pray over it. I can't tell you how many diagnoses they gave me. Oh, I'm going to tell you this. Guess what? Sometimes they're educated guessers just like you are, trying to guess what's going on. Don't put your life in their hands. Put your life in his hands, because that's the only person or thing that can save you and put you in the right position. If you want to be healed, pray about it. Be specific when you pray. Constantly, do things that are uplifting to you, but learn to give your body a break. Because when you do, what you present to people after that, it's like pop rockets and popcorn, baby. It just pop, pop, pop. They don't know where it's coming from. Because when you feeling good, you excel.
Boom. When you're feeling good, you excel. And you know what? I think that, you know how people say, you want to hustle and you feel like, sleep is, I sleep when I'm dead and all that. But the
Yeah,
reality is your body was designed for rest. And if God says on the seventh day, I'm going to rest, then that lets you know how extremely powerful rest is. And
absolutely.
so, I think that we take it for granted and we feel like, you got to always be on and doing something or whatever. But there's power in rest because rest allows a reset, rest allows rejuvenation, rest allows you to come back better, stronger. Like, they used to do the bionic man, better, stronger, faster. Rest enables your body to repair itself so that you can come back fresh minds,
Absolutely.
fresh
Despite
thoughts,
how you
fresh,
feel.
fresh everything.
Yeah, despite how you feel, you have to keep pushing, because again, there may be a little pain. You may live through some. It's one thing to live in pain, and it's just a little bit. If you can do what you need to do, keep going. But you've carried a burden since the day you were born. You've carried something, you've grown into burdens, but guess what? You've overcome them. So when you take the time to focus on you and to focus on, really healing your body from head to toe, really that means your mindset, mentally, physically, financially, academically, clearing your mind of anything that's ailing you and focus on healing. Because again, I have so many things that are going on in my body, and sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, Lord, why? But then I stopped questioning him, and then I had to realize, why not you? Why would he not give this to you? You say you want to be of service, this is your service. Let people know that, you can live with ailments all your life, but guess what? If you're still here, every day you open your eyes is a blessing. It's an opportunity for you to share with somebody, to bless someone, to, you have to understand how powerful you are. But if you don't get your rest physically, that mindset, you'll never reset. You'll never be able to shift. So just understand that you are truly powerful beyond measure. But again, it's how deep you choose in despite of all the things that you're going through, to keep pushing, to keep breathing, to keep focused on what it is that you have going on, and just making it happen. But again, it's in due time.
In due time.
In due time.
We are in a microwave society where we want everything to happen quickly. So it's hard, to say in due time. People don't want to wait. They want everything right now.
Girl,
But sometimes what they say, you check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sometimes we move so fast that you have more issues and problems and mistakes and errors than that you would have had you just taken your time.
yeah. And that's the thing. Stop rushing through life. That's what I want to say. God gave you a life and he gave you 24 hours. Guess what? You sleep in at least 5 to 8, I would hope. Because sometimes I don't get a good 6. But if you're sleeping 8, how many more you got left? Use them wisely. Don't sit and sulk. Don't live up to anyone's expectations. You mentioned it earlier, but stop living up to everyone's expectations. Stop trying to be what society wants you to be. The moment I realized that I wasn't worried about society in the manner of which I felt like I had to, be who they wanted me to be. No, I realized that, hey, I can be exactly who I am. They diagnosed me. Oh, you got this, you got this. Guess what? Their diagnosis, God's prognosis. Baby, listen, if he doesn't will it for you or deem you worthy of that, it's not meant for you to carry. You have enough burdens, as I said. Don't pick up burdens that don't belong to you. And when you pray about something, learn to let it go. But the time that he gives you, he's not giving it to you for you to worry. He says, pray, come to me, and then let it go. So you got to leave it. You have to leave it at the throne. But it took me a long time to realize that. But when you leave things at the throne, them other 16 hours you got, baby, you better use them wisely. When you open these, that's a wake up call. Every morning that you open them, you get to reset. So you can't focus on anyone or anything else but yourself. You may have children, you may have a husband or a wife or whatever it is that you have. Guess what? If you're not together, if you're not appreciative of the hours that you have, they're not going to appreciate them either because you're not giving them your best. So when you feel your best, that's when you give everybody else your best.
Yes. This has been such a great conversation. I think that, it's a lot of wisdom has been shared, a lot of things for people to think about. Like I say, you drop them heavy. So I need people to, this is one to go back and kind of think about because it allows you to see where you are and then think about, are you happy in the space that you're in? Because if you're not, then go back and change some things. Change
Yeah,
who you're around. Change how you show up. Change how you move in life. Change what you talk about. Change, renew your mind.
absolutely. And I will say this, when you're in doubt, in my chapter, I put some scriptures in there, but one of Psalms is like my favorite book, y'all. Like I know it's a song, like every verse in Psalms is a song, but um it says God is with her, is within her. She will not fall. So God will help her at break of day. So know that God is always with you. When you feel like you're going to break down or lose sight, guess what? God is with you. He's going to walk with you. He's going to take you through all the things that are ailing your mind, heart, and body. And guess what? He's going to be with you. He's going to carry you through no matter how tired you are, no matter how stressful it was. He's going to carry you through and make sure that you succeed in everything you do. You just have to keep him right here with you. Pray to him, let it go. Love him and continue to love him, and he will continue to bless you in everything that you do. And again, just know that you're heard. He says he is with you. You will not fall. So if he's telling you that you're not going to fall, nothing in society is going to change that because he reigns over everything and everyone.
There you have it. So, the Dr. S. Marie Moore. I need you all to make sure you get this chapter. I'm telling y'all, it is powerful. She's dropped the nuggets, she's giving you the advice, and it's been spot on. I'm gonna let her get out of here so she can take her a little couple of minutes breaks before she transitions over to the next thing she's getting ready to do. So if you are aware of Dope Living podcast show, make sure you go and tune into that page so that you can hear her because this is Relationship Monday there. So y'all know she's a relationship coach. She's talking about the things to help you to, stay together. Or if you're not going to stay together, figure out how to love you enough to know what you deserve in a relationship. I want to do a special shout out because y'all know, honey, Humble Pressure. Today is her birthday. So shout out to Miss Hennessy. Happy
Miss
birthday. She will
C.
actually be on tomorrow. Tomorrow night is her night. But we want to go and let her, celebrate her birthday today. So I hope she's doing something amazing because she's amazing. So we want you to send her birthday shout outs and well wishes and everything. And she'll be on tomorrow. You can say it again tomorrow, but we just officially wanted to do it today.
That's right, on her born day, and she is
On her
phenomenal.
born day.
If you do not know her, listen, check it out. Tonight
Yeah.
was okay, but tomorrow, that energy, and let me tell you something, let me give you a little tidbit. She got a book, baby. Now, I'm a writer.
The Paths That Cross, honey. Yes, The Paths That Cross by Humble Pressure. Go on to Amazon and get you a copy because I'm telling you, that book right there is fire.
That's all I can say is that book, though. I walked up to her. I said, that book, though.
That book, though.
No, ma'am, don't. But that book, though, it's amazing. It keeps you intrigued. I literally read it in less than 3 days. I couldn't put the book down. It's amazing.
It
But
is
her
good
spirit,
from the beginning to the end. It's layered. And
yes.
it's so good. It's like reading a soap opera or reading a mini series. You know what I'm saying? When you just like, oh, I can't wait for the next episode. Oh, y'all left me with a cliffhanger. It is just that good. I'm telling y'all, she is an excellent
We
writer.
got some beasts on this squad. I'm telling you, these 26 ladies, not one person isn't moving in greatness. Not one.
Yes.
Like, if you miss the experience, they better catch us in Tennessee. If y'all don't catch us in Tennessee,
so let's just, and we haven't officially put it out on the back sheet. Look, you need her here first, but July 11th.
That's
we're
right.
In Nashville. No, we're going to be in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. July the 11th. Get yourself together. Get ready when we drop the links and things. But go ahead and mark your calendar. July the 11th in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We will be there doing the experience number 2, baby. I'm telling y'all. What we did in the ATL area. Get ready.
That is the hometown of Sparkle and Nicoria, baby. Y'all already see Sparkle on them Power Mornings, so y'all already know her vibe. Get it live and in person. That anointing on her, that spirit.
Yes.
Get ready. Get ready. Nicoria,
y'all
right?
know Dr. Nicoria ain't nothing to play with, so y'all already know how she coming, baby. That's a double hitter out of the arena that we're gonna be in. Make sure you start just gonna put your calendar on live, July the 11th, and then we'll give you more details. But I'm gonna get her on up out of here so she can at least get 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you on. So let me get you up out of here. But thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you for an excellent interview. Y'all make sure you share it. Make sure you tag somebody. Make sure you take some of this advice because I'm telling y'all, been there, done that. She's got the experience, and so she's not holding anything back. She gave you what you need to know to navigate the areas in your life that you need to level it up on. So, Dr. Esmery, thank you. We appreciate it.
I put a little snippet in the chat for y'all. Just know who you are and just be happy with who you are. So what I put in there is just a little something for the ladies to remember. There's more in the book, but definitely know that you are her. You're God's choice, and nothing that anyone says or do can change that. Be happy with who you are.
Point blank, period. We got to go. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be back for interview number 7 with Humble Pressure. See y'all tomorrow. Wait a minute. Hey, look, I'm so excited. I hit the wrong thing. I'm like, wait a minute. What am I doing? Let me get my thoughts together.